Hello everybody and welcome back to Space Engineers Survive With Me episode 8. Can you guys hear that? Or should I say, can you not hear that? I have a new keyboard, I don't like it, but hopefully it's easy for you guys to watch. So yeah, you can still hear it a little bit. I mean, if I type, it's Cherry MX red switches. I don't know anything about cherry switches. I was looking for Razer ones, but it was like £150, and I love you guys, but I'm not paying that much just yet. Anyway, never mind keyboards. This episode, I'm going to be showing you guys how to build a ship welder. So this is going to be able to create small ships for you. Well, you're going to need to have some input. It's not fully automated. There are fully automatic versions you can build. We're not going to be building that today. There's a YouTube video I watched by someone I can't remember the name of, but I'll put it in the comment section down below, who did a pretty good tutorial on this as well. So what we need to do first is build a ship tug. So this is going to allow us to print other ships, and it will hold them up and pull them out as we use a welder wall to build the ships. It sounds a bit complex, but I promise you it's not. So first thing we're going to need is a landing gear. We're going to need a small battery. We're going to need a projector. So I showed you how to use the projectors on the rover video. Remember to get the orientation correct. You need the cross on the top and a control panel so that we can access this. And this will allow us to weld up a small grid ship. This isn't the ship printer. This is just allowing us to build the tug that we're going to need to print other ships with. We'll just get the rest of the goodies. We now have the base mining ice over there. What we're basically doing is I want to build a ship printer so that we can make small grids quicker. We want to make small grids quicker because I'm going to be making some drones which are going to fly across to the ice drill rig and bring ice back for us. And we can also use drones for patrolling, we can use them for mining ships, we can make a spaceship. There's a lot of different things you can do with a small grid ship printer, which is why we're going to try and build one today. Well, we're not going to try, we are. We're going to go to projector, and then I'm going to find my small printing tug, which I built in Creative. I'll go ahead and stick this I'll put it on the workshop. It's definitely not workshop worthy, but I'll put it on the workshop so that you guys can use this exact one if you want. I urge you strongly to go into Creative and build your own. So this is basically what I've got here. All you need is a ship with a lot of upwards thrust to carry another ship, and a projector at the front. It's really that simple. When building from a projector, you can go into the control panel, turn on keep projection, and then you can also turn on show only buildable. So it'll only show the blocks which are currently you currently are able to weld up, like that. And then you can build it as you go. So as you can see, this is why I'm looking to build a ship printer, because this is a fairly arduous process at the moment. Sometimes adding to build planner doesn't quite work how you'd hope. And then we've got to queue up these components and basically try and get this thing built. Just keep in mind when you're building this thing, try and make it cheap. I've done it with mine, so if you're using mine, you should be alright. But we want to try and get this ship printer going as quickly as possible, because we're going to spend a lot of time welding, like a seriously large amount of time welding up if you don't build a ship printer. As you can see, we're doing here. I'm not going to make you guys watch this whole thing, of course, but I do want to just highlight why we're doing it, because it takes a little while to actually get these things built. Now, if you're interested, there are several videos on YouTube. I did a quick search and found a lot. I think Pro100 TV, I think her name is. She did a really interesting small ship printer, which was like automated and had lots of nice little functions. I'm more old-fashioned and like to do it the robust, proven way. But if you want to, you know, I don't know what the term would be, get your engineer on, then go check out some of the videos on YouTube, some blueprints on the workshop, loads of different ship printers you can make. I'm just showing you an absolute bottom of the barrel basic ship printer which is going to do the job for what we're going to need it to do, and can't really muck it up too much. I'm just going to go ahead and get this welded up and I'll be back. Alright, so this thing is fully welded up now, I think. It didn't actually take too long to build, to be perfectly honest with you. But now we can actually cast away. So I'm just going to remove this projector. And then if we hop in here, I've put the batteries into a group. Whoa! We now have a ship. It's very quick in one direction, as you can notice. But yeah, so other than that, this is basically to just be a tug. It's an atmospheric tug. I didn't put a great deal of thought into how this thing looks, so please don't judge me on that. I merely wanted it to fly around and hold up ships, not even put landing gear on it. So basically the idea is we're going to project another small grid ship off the end of the nose here, and then we're going to use the ship, there'll be a wall of welders, and as we pull backwards, the wall of welders is going to create this small grid. And that's why this has to hold it up, because we're going to keep flying as we do it. And we can use the ship to maneuver around and sort of fix any bits which don't get welded up. So I've queued up 4 welders already. We're going to use large grid welders because they've got significantly better range than the small grid counterparts. So the welders have got a conveyor port on the back, so we can actually do it like this. These welders will cross over. You can just do a flat wall 3x3 if you like. I'm not going to. And then we'll just build a bit of a... Someone told me about that tip, it's very useful. You can actually keep pressing B and you can get underneath the grids like that. How amazing is that? I didn't know that. You can see, 7 years later or whatever it is, you still learn. Which, don't let that scare you off. I promise you, it's not that bad. Right, I'm gonna go quickly fill up my health because I took a little bit of damage, and we're gonna get these welders online. So I'm gonna stand up here because it'll be a bit easier to weld them up. And then components from this large cargo container, which is the cargo container that's full of components from our production assembly, is going to feed directly into our ship printer, which is exactly what we want. So why have I not got small steel tubes? What is the reason? No idea. I don't know why the build planner just sometimes goes on strike and doesn't give you what you want. Fantastique! Right, there we go. There is a welding wall. So now you can turn the welders on, components will flow through, and your ship will get built. Few different things. We're going to actually have a little area to charge up the tug, and that's going to be right here. And we also need a button panel so that we can control the welders and turn them off. Welders will actually damage you, so try not to walk into them when they're turned on. I'm going to put a T-junction on our conveyor chain here, and then we're going to get a connector as well, and then that'll serve as a docking area for both that might cause this to fall actually. I'll just hang fire on doing that for a second. I'm just going to modify this walkway so we can get over here as well. Paint these yellow. And then let's see if we can get away with this. Oh, okay. Oh, no. We didn't. I nearly got rid of that as well. So for this, we just want one side. And then for that, we're actually just going to have one side as well. Going to have that. And then here, I'm going to put some stairs. Stairs down to here. So just get some steel plates. Just continue building out that foundation. We can pop our drone. It's not a drone. We can pop our little tug right here, just so it has a place to live and recharge its batteries. Go to groups, tug batteries, recharge on off. I gave them their own name so I don't get them confused. And then we can put the staircase there. And we can get around a little bit easier. Now we're going to get a button panel. And we've talked about these with the build planner is empty. Yeah, we talked about these with the drill rig, but basically you've got various different button panels which when you press them they can do different actions on the grid for you. I'm going to use them to turn the welder wall on and off and maybe, I don't know, switch lock on the drone. It's not a drone, on the tug. God, I'm tired, guys. So I'm going to group these welders together, call them the welder wall, turn off show in terminal, because as mentioned, this is our base now. I mean, look at this. It's getting a bit crazy, so we do need to start thinking about grouping things. So found the button panel, set up actions, groups, welder wall on off. I started welding up the floor. But yeah, there you go. So let's get some components queued, and we're going to print off a drone. I just want to make sure we've got a decent amount of components here. We really don't. Yeah, we really don't have many components in there at all, which is not good. Yeah, so we'll queue up like 100, 100, 100, 100, 40-ish, 50-ish, 300-ish, 80-ish, and a load of steel plates as well. Don't really want to be having to do any bits after the welding up. So that's chugging away. I don't know why the graphics were glitched out there, but yeah, basically when you're welding up the ship, you want to make sure you've got the components, because if you don't, you're going to have to go back over it later on. So just try and keep the cargo container full of components. I'm just going to wait for all these components to be built, and then I'm going to show you how to use it. I mean, actually, I can show you now real quick. So if we disconnect, we fly over here. I'm going to add a ship to this projector. So if we just pop it here for now, just shimmy forward a little bit, because I've got a bit of a jaw. Go to the projector, blueprints, and then light cargo drone. Now I want to attach the end of it, but I want it to be able to cast off a bit easily, so we're just going to push it forward slightly. It's pretty central. I'm actually going to flip it around because there's no easy attachment points at the rear here. So flip it around, push it forward. Now we've got a camera there, but that's fine, I can place that. And then if I just quickly get a steel block, it's like we've ran out of iron, so that's my job in just a second. But if we place a block here, that'll now show. And then if we go on the projector, make sure you click keep projection. And then what we're going to do is fly over. I'm not going to do it now. The welder's on actually. We're going to fly over here like this. Push the projection in. And then we are slowly going to back out. And as we do, the ship will be constructed by the welders. And then we can remove that central block there. And we have a brand new ship. So yeah, it's literally that easy. It'll take us about 30 seconds to build this. But in the meantime, I've got to go do some mining. So yeah, I'll be back shortly. Alright, welcome back. I've done a few mining runs, and I think we've got a fairly decent amount of components now. Still building a few grids, steel plates, etc. But I'm going to fire this thing up and see what we can do here. So I'm going to jump in the pod, fire it up. This thing moves extremely quickly, and then I'm going to place this roughly like that. Want it pretty central here. And then I'm going to turn these on, and we're going to jump in the cockpit. Careful not to get too close to the welders. Obviously it's welded up the floor, but... And then we're just going to slowly move back and let it weld up one layer at a time. So I'm actually going to turn one of these off, just so we can go back a little bit more gently for now. As you can see, this ship has started to sag down a little bit, because obviously we're taking on quite a bit of weight. So, just going to gently go up a little bit. Wait for it to finish up here. I think there's a few more things, so I'm just going to shimmy it up, down. Make sure everything's built. When it looks like everything's built, I'm going to go into the control panel, find the projector, and it says we're missing one camera block, which is right at the front, so yeah, that's fine. I'm going to come down a little bit here, and then remove this block, and there's the camera. I'm going to put the projector on the hotbar as well, just on off, just so we can flick this off. This has done its job, so we're going to park it up, put the batteries on recharge, and here we have the drone. I can actually control this, as you can see. This is a cargo drone I built, which we're going to be using very shortly in order to make the cargo runs to the ice base. I'm just going to finish getting it welded up here. So there's a couple of things I'm going to need. I need the camera on the front, and I don't think it quite finished a couple things back here as well. Yeah, we've not obviously got detector components. We didn't have them built, which is why that's happened. So yeah, you know, there's a few bits here and there which you might have to go back and repair. but overall it's done an extremely large amount of the legwork for us in a very short period of time. I mean, I've only been, this episode is like 20 something minutes long, and we've made a whole welder wall which can now print small grid chips for us, which is going to save us so much time down the line. So I highly recommend you guys do this in your own survival world. As I mentioned, I'll go ahead and throw this thing on the workshop in case you unfortunately want to use it. It's not that bad. I don't know why I'm hitting it that hard. And then this is what we're going to be using next time, so I'll give you a sneak peek. My girlfriend's calling me, so I'll give you a sneak peek in a second. Right, I'll give you a quick overview. So yeah, this is a drone that I built for the next episode. So it's a drone which is AI ready. I'm still doing a fair bit of testing with this thing, but it's looking. This is basically the final version, and this is going to be able to run between here and the ice lake, and move ice between the two stations. So I've got a couple of large Atmos, a couple of medium cargo containers, battery. I've got all the computer systems at the back, all the AI and timer blocks, etc. Some forward thrust, side thrust, and some extra upwards thrusters as well. So I'll put this on the workshop as well in case you guys want to use it. It's AI ready, and you can plug it into your own world. You just need to set your own waypoints with the recorder blocks. I'm going to show you guys how to do all this probably next episode. I think we'll do it anyway, but I'll throw it up. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe to support the channel. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section down below, and I'll get back to you. Take care, everybody.